What is the survival rate of rabbit babies in the wild and as compared to rabbit babies that are in captivity, as in domestic? Well, this is quite interesting and it brings out the debate of whether it's good to keep rabbits at home, whether you're keeping them as pets or you're keeping them as part of your livestock homestead. The statistics will shock you because survival rate of rabbits in the wild is literally less than half of their litter. And sometimes it can even be zero. And that zero can actually include mommy sacrificing her life as well. So I will go into details about that. But you're watching 20 days old kids, 11 of them were born, and as at the 20th day, all 11 of them are kicking and surviving, and all of them are very, very healthy. In fact, I'm excited at this stage, even though at the back of my mind, I know anything can happen between now and the winning age. And I'll explain that. But let's come back to the survival rates. First of all, let's look at survival in the wild. So, in the wild, when rabbits give birth, it's not controlled environment. Rabbit mummies will try as much as possible to give birth in the most secured area. And in my experience, I think mothers start preparing where to give birth from when they are about 2 weeks before birth. I believe that is the situation. Reason why I'm saying that is I prepared this nesting box. Now, this nesting box you're watching is literally attached to mother's hatch, so it's permanent there. And I observe mommy every day from when she conceived, and I realized about 2 weeks before birth there was this chunk of her fur that she's placed exactly where you see all the babies conveyed, right there. And it's a big, when I say a big fur, I thought she was ready to give birth or she was ready. That's what I thought because it was like, I know when they are ready to give birth, they remove their fur. So I thought anything could happen. But that fur was there and um, she didn't do anything for the next 2 weeks. It makes me start questioning whether I bred her, I recorded the dates correctly. But let's go back to the topic. So in the wild, they start preparing, they start mapping where to give birth, they start looking at where is the safest place to do this. And through that, they know where they want to give birth. So they've given birth. Well, normally they dig a hole and to give birth in it and disguise the place, try to hide their litter as best as they can. Now, there are some predators who would find this litter and literally devour the whole litter, like literally eat all the babies. So that will be a total loss. Um, but if mommy is successfully able to keep babies safe, even that, anytime mommy is around to feed babies, she is so vulnerable. She and the babies are all vulnerable. So you can imagine the stress they go through before they make any survivor or before mommy is able to look after babies all the way to the winning stage. So there's a lot involved for these rabbits, and mommy. is totally in control. But what I know, fathers don't get involved at all because it's all about hiding games. And I think mommy hide the babies from everyone, including the rest of the family in the colony until she's ready or she think they are ready to meet the rest of the colony. Purely because babies are vulnerable, even up to this stage, almost 2 weeks old, they are vulnerable. They just like they don't know what they're doing. They're eating things that they're not supposed to eat, and they are going when mommy is telling them to go the other way. So the survival rate is very low. Again, even when the babies are able to come out of the first few weeks, when they're able to survive it, babies are slow. So they are easy target for predators. And mommy will only, can only do so much in protecting them. Also, as kids, they are eating also, they are exposed to the weather, the rain, if it's snow, if it's extreme cold. They are so vulnerable. So depending on the timing of their birth, there could be zero um, or way less than 50% survival of these kids. Let's talk about domestic. Domestic is probably in the hands of the keeper, whether you're keeping them as pets or as part of your livestock. It's very important for you to create the situation where the rabbit's mother feels comfortable, is well looked after, is healthy, is eating well. You can imagine feeding 11 of them. If it's in the wild, okay, she'll lose some of them, so she will have less to feed. So the advantage for mommy is that she's got less to feed. So it's a bit easier if you like, which is like a compromise. But in a domestic situation where all of them are safe because you're keeping them away from all predators, you're keeping them warm enough, it's very important for you to make sure that you look after mommy and mommy will look after the babies. That's the bottom line. Um, this is Rabbito Farmino. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe now and share it to somebody who might also be interested. As you can see, mommy is relaxed. She's had a time in the garden, forage, she's exercised a bit, and now she's relaxing whilst the babies are just there. So it's a kind of nice balance where the mommy is able to run a bit away from the babies because now they are coming in and out to force mommy to feed them or to force themselves to feed. So it's important for mommy to get that balance to catch her breath and so that she can look after them properly. So there are a lot of advantages. In my opinion, you make your own judgment. I think rabbits are more safe in a domestic situation. And whatever purpose you're keeping your rabbits, just make sure you give them the best life and no judgment on this channel. You can be keeping them as pets or you can be keeping them as part of your livestock. That is also okay. Rabbito Farmino. This stage, they will eat everything, so please be careful what you feed mommy in the hatch because if it's concentration of too much protein or calcium, that might not be too good for these little bunnies. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Rabbito Farmino. Thank you for watching and just enjoy the scene of these rabbits enjoying their togetherness.